uh, we are planning these things, but it's God who has already planned this for this day. And I'm so thankful for to God that I'm given this opportunity to share my testimony. So I think I have 15 minutes, but I will try and make it shorter than that as possible. So, my testimony is that we are three girls, and I'm the second child to my parents. So, my elder sister is 1.5 year elder to me. So, she was the eldest among both my mother's and father's family. So, she was pampered a lot. And once I was born, you know, sibling rivalry. So once when my mom was at work, she hit me on my face with a cloth hanger. I was only 6 months, and my mom says that there was a servant at our house who was looking after me. So I was in my sleep, so I started crying, and the servant did not know like what happened. So she had to ring my mom at work, and they came home, and they could not also understand. They asked my elder sister. She was not. She was just pointing at the cloth hanger, but she could not also express what had happened. So they took me to the hospital, and then at that point, the doctors could not see any outer injury. So when I was so they didn't do any treatment at that point. When I was 1.5 year old, that's when my mom started realizing that my left eye was not reacting to light. So that's when they took me to the doctor, and then when they did some test, noted that the lens inside the eyes had deep injury, and they said the lens been like has made my eye to become a dead eye. So they said that this lens had to be removed because it was already damaged. So I underwent an operation, and they have removed my lens inside the eyes. And um, they said that because I was too young, um, maybe like at the age of 5 or 6, they could look into putting an artificial lens in. So my parents were in India at that time, so they have actually taken me to different hospitals in different states of India. And it was only in Punjab when they went, they said they could do the artificial lens. And when I was 6 years old, I underwent another surgery where they put an artificial lens in. And from that point, they said, I should start wearing glasses because um, um, they were not sure about the success of the eye. So I should wear glasses. So from the age of 5, I started wearing glasses. And as years passed by, my parents migrated to Saudi Arabia, and they were there. I was we kids were there doing our studies. And when I was at the age of 8 or 9, the eyes started watering, things like that. So I was taken to the hospital there, and they said it might be a sign of rejection of the artificial lens. So you might have to like be careful, make sure she has every year eye test and things like that. And many of our relatives and family members thought that like they always used to say it was like a curse from God, because my parents at that time had a love marriage, and my grandparents were not in agreement with that. So always we were in a thinking that God has punished us. It is a curse because my parents did not obey their parents. This was a curse. So from childhood we were hearing these, because I was regularly taken to different hospitals. And when I was in year um, 6 or 7, what happened was that the eye started completely means getting red. I could not tolerate with the this thing. So we had to come back to in Saudi Arabia. They said, because you have done the operation in India, you will have to go back to where it was done, and you have to take this lens off. So when I was in year 7 or 8, my parents had to take me back to India, had my operation, and the artificial lens was also taken off. And once the artificial lens was taken off, like the left eye, when I closed my right eye, you know, I could not see anything. It was like I being in a dark, complete dark room. And we had to face through so many things, because my parents were always having a guilt, thinking that, oh, it's a punishment from God. Me as a child, I was always thinking, why God is being so cruel to me, who I'm not the sinner. It's my parents who did a wrong thing. Why is God punishing me? Always, like in school and things like that, I was always bullied by my friends because of these problems. I could not see properly. Every year my parents had to spend lots of money to take eye checkup, change my glasses regularly. We were kept protected. My mom was always keeping on overprotecting me, because she was always thinking that one eye is gone, what will happen to the right eye? During my studies throughout, I was a brilliant student. I wanted to go for medicine, but because of my eye problem, I was prevented from that. I could not go. Even with nursing, in India, like I had to give a lot of money to get into nursing profession. And I was always frustrated because of all this. And even with the studies, like if I strain my right eye for some time, I used to get terrible headache during exams and all. My friends used to read for me, because I could not open my eyes. And my friends used to read through portions for me. And but still, always, even going through that phases also, although I did not realize, God's grace was always with me. I used to get very good friends who used to like support me always. The portions that my friends read for me, that used to come for the exam. So always behind the scene, God's grace was always with me. And a stage came where I was about to get married, and mine was an arranged marriage. And like the first few people who came to see me, my parents started telling them the truth, saying that she has a eye problem. But then hearing it itself, they started rejecting this. They started saying that we don't want to marry this person. So then, like when it was my husband who was coming to see me, my parents decided that they are not going to tell him about it. And then like my, although because I was wearing glasses, my husband asked me, what is wrong with your eyes? I said, it's just a short sight problem. There's nothing more. So I got married, and for 1 year I was able to like hide it from my husband that my left eye was without any vision. But one day me and my husband had to go for an eye checkup to get my driving license. And the doctor that we went to did my eye checkup, and that's when my husband came to know that I had this eye problem. And that is the day that I can never forget in my life, because uh, on our way back home, I was actually pregnant with my first child. So I was actually expecting, and asked to my husband, oh, if you knew that I was having this eye problem, would you have married me? So my husband, I was expecting him to say that, yes, sure, I still love you, so I would have married you. But But my husband, he's a straightforward man, so he said, he's the only son in his family, so he said, oh no, if I would have said I want to marry you also, my parents would not have agreed, so I would not have married you. So that's when, I still remember the night I cried, the whole night, calling my parents and saying, why God has done this to me? Why could you not have done anything to my eyes? What, uh, you say that you have taken me to different hospitals? Could science not help my eyes at all? Like, I even asked my parents, saying that you have lots of money, you have earned a lots of money. Could money not have, could you not have used that money to save my eyes? This thing, and I could hear from my parents from the other side crying, saying that if we could have done anything, we would have done. If there was a chance of us giving our eyes to you, we would have even done that. We have gone to different hospitals, but we could not really do much. And that is the day I got so angry with God, saying that, God, you are not a fair God. You have everybody says that you have punished me for my parents' sin, and from today I'm not going to pray to you. So, like, but after that, my husband was okay. The only thing that I said to my husband was that don't tell his parents, because they would get upset about it, and I do not want anybody to tell to me. I have undergone a lot of frustration and bulliness when I had this eye problem. So I don't want anybody to tell to me about it. Then after that, we came to UK. Like every year, I have been having eye test. Each year, we go back to India, take the eye test, change the this thing. Then years passed by, and like in 2011, what happened was that I was having my third child, and I started having styes on my left eye. And I had to show it to the hospitals here, and they said there was some like they had to do some surgery again to take those styes off. So I had to go through test and things like that. And after the surgery, the doctor like called my parents and my husband and said that her right eye is also like getting bad. Like, even though you are changing the glasses regularly, I think like within few years, her right eye is also going to get blind soon. So whatever she wants to do, uh, let her enjoy the life and things like that, whatever she wants to do. And my husband was like in was like we all went into like a depressive state, thinking that there was no hope. And what happened was that one of the thing that I said to my husband was that I want to study, because that is one of the thing that I want to do. So before I get blind, I want to do my studies. So I started my masters in nursing. Although it was painful, he was keeping on asking me, do you really want to do, because the right eye is getting strained, so do you really want to do? And but I still said yes, I will go for it. And in 2013, that's when we still don't know who called to our house. One day we received a call on our landline, and somebody did say that there is a meeting going on in Liverpool. That time we were in London. There's a meeting in Liverpool, and somebody named Sajith Joseph is coming. So like, go for the prayer. um, till this day we don't know who called us, but we believe that some God's angel, somebody uh, gave us a call. We went, at that point my husband was saying, we have gone to different prayers, this thing, we have done all what we can. Why should we travel this far? Because it was like, from London to Liverpool, it was nearly 4 hours journey. Why should we really go? It's not really going to help at all. But something was pushing my mind, saying that we should go. So at first my husband said, no, I won't come with you. You go on your own. I was looking at train tickets and things. In the, I think 2 or 3 days before, he said, okay, don't book the tickets. We will all go together. So we went for this meeting. The first day, we saw Sajid brother praying for many people, and throughout in my mind, I was thinking that it is these people have already planned all these things, and they are actually calling only people who are like he knows, and telling about these testimonies. And I said, on the first day when the meeting ended, I just prayed saying that, God, I don't believe anyway in all these things, but if these things are true and you still have the power to heal me, then tomorrow, uh, you know, or before this meeting's finished, you should show me the sign, because I'm 100% sure nobody in this meeting knows about our condition other than my family. So this thing. So we came for the second meeting, and then when I looked, everybody, like people who came for the meetings and things like that, they all had like our traditional churidar and things like that, and I was the only person with um, you know like a dress or something. So he prayed for different people, and they called, and in the end he said, everybody can stand up, let's conclude the prayer. So I was closing my eyes and thinking, saying to God, God, is it because I have not worn a traditional dress and come to the this thing, I have not put a shawl on my head, is that the reason why you are not calling me? And will I really have a um, touch or not? And while I was saying that, suddenly I heard a voice saying that, no, I don't look at what people wear, I look at people's heart. And same point, Sajid brother, from the back of the stage, he came pointing to me saying that, you who is having some problem in your left eye, God is touching you. And I could not really believe. If you, my video is in the YouTube, if you see that video, you can see that I was like crying loudly, because I was, even our family was sure nobody in that meeting knows about my left eye or anything. And that's the day God touched me. After seeing I did not even know that I fell down. After later seeing the video only, I could see that I had actually but I could feel a special soft touch from the Lord. And that's the first time, my left, I'm seeing light through my left eye. And that is the day that I've taken off my glasses. um, After 31 years, like we have been going through all these things for 31 years, and that is the day that God delivered us. And since then, after coming back home also, I was thinking, oh, is this true? Did I really have a healing or not? Should I really take off my glasses? 1 week I still kept on putting my glasses, but then while praying, God said, no, I have to remove the glass. And when I was putting the glass on, I could not see properly. So since that day, I have not used glasses. 2013 July was when I had the this thing, and till now, both my eyes never had, by God's grace, never had any issues. Didn't have any issues, so that I go to the eye hospital or anything. Glasses have been removed. I do all my activities without glasses now, because before, without glass, I could not move from one. If I take off the glass, could not move from one place to other. Somebody would have to help me. But now I drive. I work as a nurse educator here in the UK. I work in different hospitals cross site. I go around to teach nursing students. I spend a lot of my time nowadays, because it's online trainings and things like that, in front of the computer. But I'm saying that Sahith brother was used by God, to break the bondage that was in us. And we believe that it's through God's power that I was healed. And through that, all our family members, um, you know, came into the Lord. And we started believing the Tetelestai message, saying that God has done everything on the cross for us. There's nothing that God has. Sometimes we think that, uh, why things are not changing in my life, why things are not changing. But when it's the right time, He will surely change your situation. And then once you understand the Tetelestai message, you know, we say we never had to turn back. We can never, like, I'm not saying that we don't have any problems nowadays. We do have, but we know that He has done everything on the cross for us. And victory is always ours, whatever this thing. And He has given us that power to be in that grace and mercy. So thank you, Sister Helen, to share my testimony, uh, and all glory to God. Tetelestai.